The world fell to pieces. Students were kicked off campus at a moment's notice. Our jobs were obsolete, shelves emptied, everything turned upside down. I started quarantine with my mom, just to see her for a couple days. I took time to see my dogs and my siblings. Our worries were low. That was before the final decisions were made about the intensity of the pandemic.
My name is Kara Goyette. I am 44 years old and I work for Memorial Hermann Hospital in the Woodlands. Coronavirus has affected the medical community in many ways. You have both sides of the basically the story. You have the patients that are ill already in the hospital and are already immunocompromised, who we need to protect. But then we also have the people that are needing to come in and be treated for potential coronavirus, and also many other things that they, need to be taken care of that is not coronavirus related. And some of the people who say have a broken leg or something like that are having a hard time getting treatment because we're bogged down with the patients that think they have coronavirus. Then you also have the visitors who want to come in and see the patients that are in house, and we have had to limit them down to only 2 visitors per patient per day. Everybody has to sign a waiver stating if they have been out of the country for 14 days, if they have any symptoms, and we take their temperature before they can even come into the hospital. If they have any symptoms at all, a cough, obviously a fever, anything, they can't come in. And so you have, some dissatisfied patients, you have dissatisfied visitors. So it's a very tough time to be able to balance that out, and with the ultimate goal of protecting the patients who are vulnerable and are ill. And obviously we don't want to be responsible for them getting coronavirus in the hospital. Also with that, we've had to limit clinic hours because we need more time to be cleaning in between. Like, obviously we clean between patients anyways, but now it's expected to do a thorough clean, which we would normally do something more like that at the end of the day. We need more time to be cleaning a whole lot more. But it's just basically having to screen people and make sure we're taking care of the people who are ill, and just making sure we try to keep everybody safe.
I came back to school and waited for the judgment. Within days, dozens of people were told to find alternatives. My alternative is named Jocelyn. We live in the apartments across from campus. Life got better, less stressful. We moved in all my stuff on a Wednesday night, piled it into a small room upstairs, and tried our best to make it feel like a home. We cleaned the downstairs living room and started our life together as roommates. Within a few days, we grew our little family by 2 when we adopted our dwarf hamsters Darren and Joey. They bring more life to our space through the seemingly lifeless time. We let them roll around on the floor while we watch Glee. They also give us some sense of control when it seems like nothing is in our power anymore. Our education system was put online when artists specifically work better hands-on. The art world went dark. Millions of people lost their jobs. Public schools sent all of the kids home for their parents to teach.
I am Taylor Guerra. I am 22 years old and I work at Willis High School as a paraprofessional. I'd say the fear level of the children is very minimal. However, if the parents are afraid, the children will be afraid due to leading by example. Because typically someone that they look up to, they tend to get brought down whenever that person is afraid or concerned in a certain way or shows a point of weakness.
Life for everyone was different. We didn't know how long we'd be put under a national house arrest. The only way we could leave the house was to go to the store, which was a challenge in itself. Long lines and empty shelves awaited all who entered. For people without much money to their name, just trying to find the basics was nearly impossible. We prayed for the stimulus bill to pass and rejoiced when it did. The school found a way to help students get back on schedule and set some sort of normalcy. Maybe this was the start of the chapter after the virus. We prayed for the day friends would come out of quarantine. The sun would come out and people would emerge from their homes. Store shelves would be stocked. The theaters would turn their lights on again and seats would sell out. Students would settle in for their summer of fun. Being outside again would bring a new life. People learned to appreciate the smaller things. We appreciate the wind. Friends made family, even a simple drive downtown. This pandemic is giving the world a reason to respect our homes. I strongly believe that everything happens for a reason, and Corona became a disease to keep people together even while apart.